You get a nice thickness. Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Daniela and I go by the name of DSYB Hair. Today I'll be doing something a little bit different. Today I'll be showing you how to do the little extra details that I forget to answer in all my other knotless videos. So today it'll be about 5 questions that I'll be going through. So the first question, I got my phone here. The first question that I'll be answering today is how to keep a consistent thickness when braiding. The second question I'll be answering today is how to braid your hair from back to the front without twisting the hair. So you know when I braid the back of my hair and then I bring it to the front, how do I do it without it twisting? The third question is how much hair should you add at the beginning of a knotless braid? So how much hair do I add? And the fourth question is when do you know when to stop adding hair when braiding? So how do I know when to stop until it gets to the thinness here? Like when do we know when to get it back, allow it to go back thin again, and for it to still look nice and seamless? And then the fifth question is how to add hair at the top of the head. So you know the top of the head is like the thicker part of your head. So how do I add hair at the top without it, you know, looking weird, basically, and how to keep it nice and flat. So these are the questions that I'm going through. Guys, do not skip anything and literally watch it all the way to the end, because that's like little small details that will make a big difference to your knotless braids. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Hi guys, so we're gonna start off with how to keep a consistent thickness when braiding your hair. So the first thing that we gotta think about when braiding your hair is how thick is your own hair. If your hair is very thick, then don't add so much in the beginning, because if you add so much in the beginning, it'll be very, very thick. So it all determines on your thickness of your hair. So my hair is quite thick, and the beginning of my hair it's not as thick as the top of my head, the middle of my head. So in the top of my head, I probably would have added one section, braided down about 2 times before adding the second section. But it all determines on how it feels, guys. If it feels thick, then you will know, when feeling. It's all based on feeling, really. Feeling when things start to feel, when things feel thick or when things feel thin. So this is the back of my head, all right? As you can see here, this one is a bit thin, just a little bit thin. So I would say add 2, right? 2 sections. So for those that's your first time on my channel, the way you add hair is you use your index finger and you hook the hair onto the index finger and continue braiding. So as you can, I don't know if you can see, but I can feel that this still feels a bit thin, right? So you add your second section. So you hook it onto your index finger and continue braiding. So now you still have a nice even thickness for all 3 sections. You should have this evenness as you go down, get to like, I would say here, like probably a few braids, but you will be able to tell by feeling. The second question that a lot of people ask me is how do you braid your hair from backwards towards the front without twisting your braid, without the braid twisting up. So as you can see here, I'm still in the braiding position. So this would be your braiding position. You literally just let go with your right hand with your left hand, bring the hair forward like so, right? Now you're going to change position, because if you're braiding forward, you're not going to braid like that. You will now be braiding forward. So you literally get your right hand back into the position that you would braid the hair. I hope that can see, right? And then you will let go with your left hand and literally go back to braiding. But at this point now, guys, so when do you know when to add this? The next question is, how would you know when to add your next braid, right? Your next braid. After the beginning, how would you know how to add your next braid, right? So there's 3 sections here right now. Let me see if it's clear. Let me wrap this around so everything's clear. So as you can see here, guys, here's very thick. Here's thin. Here is semi-thin, kind of thin. As you can see, it's not even, right? It's very thin, and then this is the only thick one. So at this point, you will know that, okay, cool, I need to add another section. So for those that don't, that hasn't seen my knotless braid videos, with your left section and your middle section, you're gonna literally put the hair in between the two like so and continue braiding. And for those of you that have a blunt cut like myself, get some edge control and literally just mold it in so your hair doesn't show whilst braiding. But again, it still feels thin. Like, this feels thin compared to the rest. It feels thin. So what am I gonna do? I'm literally gonna add another section. So here again, left section, middle section. You literally hook it in between the 2 sections and you continue braiding. So now it feels like everything is even again. So as you can see, the thickness of the braid is still even. Still even, as you can see. So you literally keep doing that, guys. So again, it's feeling a bit thick. When I'm plaiting, it's starting to feel like the hair is thinning. It's getting thin, and I haven't reached the length that I need to get to yet. So you literally continue adding the hair. Keep adding the hair until it gets to the length that, okay, cool, I could stop now. So that's also the next question. How do you know when to stop adding hair? Well, I will show you how to know when to stop adding hair when I finish doing this. Now, for you to know when to stop, you add the hair. You keep adding until it matches the rest of your plaits, or it matches to the length that you want your braids to get to. So as you can see here, this is the same length as this length before it's braided, right? So at that point, you can literally stop braiding. But there are times where when I'm doing this, it still seems a bit, you know, this bit, it looks like here it's getting thin too fast and it's not matching the rest of the braids. So that's when you will add again. But at the moment, the thickness is still fine for me. But when you start feeling, okay, wait, but this still feels a bit thin and everything else still seems still thick in other braids, no, let me add another piece. Sometimes, guys, you might have to half the pieces that you're already adding, because it's the amount that you feel that needs adding is not as thick as what you'll be adding from the beginning. So then you literally half the hair and you just add a little piece. So now it's like matching again, everything's matching again, and when it thins down, it all thins down evenly. And at this point, that's how you get an even plait, which you will see me do. So now the plait is super even. You've just done a nice even plait all the way down, and it's going down nicely, neatly, where it makes sense, not when it's like here's very thick and then here's just too thin. It's way too thin. And literally guys, naturally it will get thin, very thin anyways, as you can see here. And literally guys, you've literally ended up plaiting the hair super duper even all the way until it gets thin to the end, literally. And that's literally how you do it. So now I'm going to do the top of my head, because the top of your head, it changes in terms of the amount you add, which I will show you once I do the rest of my head, and I'll show you how it is when I get to the tops. But guys, you are gonna listen, I'm telling you, you will know how to do your own hair, guys. Like, because you see me, I overthink. So I'm thinking, okay, but what is it that you guys struggle with? Okay, cool. Because a lot of you, anyways, let me not go into it right now. Hi guys, so I'm back again. I've done literally the top of my head now. So as we get to the top, so as you can see here, it's thicker at the top. So usually when I'm at the top, I literally do a few braids. Like a good 1 or 2 braids of your natural hair, as you can see here. And then I start to add the hair. Start adding the hair, like so. And it's still a bit thick, so I start braiding down a bit before adding the hair. So it should match, you know, the thickness of the rest of the plaits. And then again, it goes by feeling again. So I braided a good 2 times before I'm gonna now add the second one, whereas before I would add twice. So the top bit is a bit more different. It's a bit different in terms of starting. Then you literally keep braiding, and it starts to, I feel like when you get to the top, it gets thin quite quick. So as you can see here, here's thick, but this one's very thin again. Or maybe it's because there's no hair on it. So yeah, you start adding it like that. And you just literally continue braiding. And literally do the same method like I was saying before. When it keeps feeling thin, like this is starting to, you keep adding. And you make sure it matches with the length of the rest of the braids. Alright? Make sure it matches with the rest of the braids. I'm gonna quickly keep braiding. Let me know if I've missed any questions out as well. And literally guys, that is it. That's how you get a nice thickness. That is literally it, guys. I'm going to finish off my hair and get back to you. Mwah. And that's it, guys. This is the final look. You can see the nice consistent thickness all the way around. I love this. I love the thickness. This is definitely a nice winter look, you know. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and follow at DSYB Hair on Instagram. Also follow at Daniela Waters _ on Instagram, where I just show myself. Also, don't forget to head over to my website, guys. Guys think it's a joke. You see, when I'm doing all these nice hairstyles and how flat and slick it's all looking. It's late, guys. It's too late for this. It's late. It's late. That's all I'm saying. See you later and peace. I'm on one.